Masz odwagę powiedzieć żono i stałem tam, gdzie stało z domu. Cześć, witajcie. Teraz obejrzymy sobie... Działa. Obejrzymy sobie arkusz z matury z języka angielskiego na poziomie podstawowym, ponieważ został opublikowany, możemy się z nim zapoznać. Ale wiecie, jest to mój ukochany język, język główny, używany na świecie jako międzynarodowy, uniwersalny i wszyscy powinni go znać. Pobijam pierwsze 3 zadania, ponieważ to jest listening, a nie mogę wam puścić listeningu, bo zaraz się przyczepią o prawa autorskie i będę miał problemy, więc musimy przejść do zadania 4 i pomału sobie będziemy rozwiązywać. Jak będzie opublikowany poziom rozszerzony i poziom dwujęzyczny, też go z wami omówię, ponieważ moim zdaniem poziom dwujęzyczny jest najciekawszym poziomem, ale zaczynamy od zadania 4 na poziomie podstawowym. To jest wersja właśnie po zmianach w roku 2023. I mamy tak. Przeczytaj tekst. Dobierz właściwy nagłówek od A do F każdej oznaczonej części tekstu. Są 4 części. Wpisz odpowiednią literę w kratkę. 2 nagłówki zostały podane dodatkowo i nie pasują do żadnej części tekstu. A. Lack of satisfaction leading to a new business idea. Czyli spadek poziomu samozadowolenia, satysfakcji prowadzący do nowej koncepcji biznesowej. B. A disappointment caused by a skating costume. Rozczarowanie spowodowane uniformem do wspinaczki. C. Designs with gained worldwide popularity. Czyli designy, które zdobyły ogólnoświatową popularność. Losing control over a skating business. Utrata kontroli nad biznesem wspinaczkowym. Unexpected offer of employment, niespodziewana oferta zatrudnienia. I F. A dream which did not come true, marzenie, które się nie spełniło. Vera Ward, a successful American fashion designer. As a young girl, Vera Ward was passionate about figure skating. She competed professionally through her teens. Her ambition was to become a member of the USA national figure skating team and take part of the Olympics. Unfortunately, when she was 16, she failed to qualify to the Olympics. After this disappointment, Vera decided to stop skating. Czyli mamy tutaj Vera Ward, która uprawiała skating jako teenager, ale kiedy miała 16 lat, nie zakwalifikowała się do igrzysk olimpijskich i po tym zdecydowała się przerwać to. Czyli tutaj pasuje ostatnie. A dream which did not come true. Czyli mamy F. 4.2. She began studying art history at Sarah Lawrence College and spent her summers working at the Yves Saint Laurent store in her home city. One day at the store, she met a man who worked for Vogue, a famous fashion magazine. To her surprise, he invited her to work for the magazine as an assistant to a fashion director. Within a year, Wong was promoted and became one of the magazine's youngest ever senior fashion editors. No, czyli, że po prostu po tym, jak rozpoczęła studia, zaczęła pracować w lokalnym sklepie w Saint Laurent, no i przez przypadek poznała osobę, która pracuje w Vogue i tam rozpoczęła karierę. I będzie pasowało, i an unexpected offer of employment, czyli już mamy i 4.3. In 1987, Vera Wong left Vogue to take a job as a design director at Ralph Lauren. A short time later, she began planning her wedding. Because she was unable to find a wedding dress that satisfied her, she designed one herself. This made her realize that she had the talent and passion necessary to become a professional dress designer. In 1990, Wong quit her job at Ralph Lauren and opened her own clothing boutique with a plan to design and sell her own collections. No i tutaj myślę, że zastanówmy. Unable to find a wedding dress that satisfied her. Tu będzie pasowało najbardziej Odpowiedź A. Lack of satisfaction leading to a new business idea. I ostatnie, 4-4. At first, her shop offered clothes only for well-known designers. Then she gradually started adding her own designs. She first received international attention during the 1994 Winter Olympics. She had designed a costume that figure skater Nancy Kerrigan wore while wearing skating. Soon, celebrities from many countries were wearing her dress at various events, and her designs were a popular topic of discussion on top TV shows. I patrzymy, co by najbardziej pasowało. Mamy B, C and D. I odpowiedź C będzie pasowała. Designs which gained worldwide popularity. Odpowiedzi B i D są niepoprawne. Zdanie 5. Przeczytaj 4 teksty, wykonaj zadania 5.1.5.7 zgodnie z poleceniami. Avoid direct flights, book connecting flights instead. Book your flight at least 3 weeks in advance. Be flexible with dates of your flight. Wednesdays are the best days to fly and Sundays are the worst. To get the cheapest ticket, book your flight on a Sunday, which is the day when most airlines announce their special offer. This way you will have more money in your pocket. Bardzo fajne. Text B. Work more, wait less. Some years ago, Houston Airport received a large number of complaints from passengers who had to wait for their suitcase in the arrivals terminal. The airport administration made a careful analysis. They found that passengers spent just 1 minute walking from arrival gate to the baggage pickup area and then 7 minutes on average waiting for your bags. The airport administration moved the arrival gate further away, so passengers now have to wait 6 minutes instead of 1 before they can pick up their luggage. Complaints have dropped to nearly zero since then. It seems that people prefer walking to just standing and waiting. O, interesujące. Text C. You won't believe what happened. Last Monday, on my return journey to New York, I had to spend almost 10 hours at Istanbul airport. But I wasn't unhappy. Instead of just sitting there and getting bored, I bought some souvenirs, tried some local Turkish dishes, and relaxed at one of the airport's cafes. And guess what? While exploring the airport and its attractions, I came across an art gallery with an exhibition of 20 amazing portraits. They were not painted, but made from recycled rubbish such as leaflets, tickets, and plastic bags thrown away by passengers at the Istanbul airport. Text D. The First World War is over, and Wally Shires, an airplane mechanic, was promised his girlfriend Helena that he will return home and marry her. But fighter pilot Ross Smith asked Wally to join him to compete in the dangerous air race. A £10,000 prize has been offered to the first airman to fly from England to Australia. Ross is a talented and brave pilot who would say no to this request. Wally writes to Helena say he won't be home for another year. The drama of the year is exactly told by Lane Anderson right from the first page. She uses real diaries and letters to describe one of the most important chapters in aviation history. Przeczytaj zdania 5.3, dopasuj do każdego właściwy tekst. Jeden tekst nie pasuje. This text describes how an airport solved the problem of annoyed passengers. Tekst opisuje, jak lotnictwo rozwiązało problem zdenerwowanych, zirytowanych podróżnych i to będzie tekst B. Dalej. This text may be useful for people who are looking to travel bargains. No to będzie pierwszy, bo tam mamy to jak butować w jakiś sposób tam. No, this text is a review of a book which is based on a true history. I to będzie ostatni, D. Czyli tekst C niewiele do niczego nie pasuje. Dalej. Przyszła wiadomość Michaela do Alice. Uzupełnij ruki 5457 zgodnie z treścią testów AD. Żeby bardziej precyzyjnie oddać ich sens. Ruki należy uzupełnić. Każdy maksymalnie 3 wyrazy. Hi Alice, I'm so happy that you are coming to Australia for a summer holiday. I'm looking forward to showing you around Sydney, my hometown. If you want to save money on airline tickets, choose connecting flights instead of direct ones. I suggest going via Istanbul. The airport is truly amazing. There's even a gallery art gallery when you can join an exhibition of 20 fantastic air portraits. The most unusual thing about the pictures is that the materials used to make them were collected at airport from waste, from trash. Another useful tip is to buy your ticket online a few weeks before you fly. I read that it is important not to fly with what day of the week you actually fly, but also when you make the booking. To have a chance to get in the best price, you should look your ticket on Sunday. Your journey will be a long one, so take a good book with you. I recently read a wonderful historical book. The main character who worked during the World War as a pilot decided to take part of an air race from Europe to Australia, while his girlfriend waits for him at home. It's a story full of romance and adventures. I'm sure you'll love it. I can't wait to see you in Sydney. Bye for now, Michael. Przeczytaj tekst podanych odpowiedzi, wybierz właściwą zgodną z treścią tekstu. Can I help you, miss? I've heard a strong male voice behind me. I'm going to a deck A, isn't that right? Well, I replied, and they have asked. I've just received an invitation from Una Shinen to visit her in her first class cabin. I quickly showed him a message I had got from Una. Very good, miss. Allow me to go with you, the man said. He led me up to Ona's cabin, knocked on the door, and we entered. If you please, madam, there's a young lady to see you. The name is Molly Murphy. How good to call me, Molly. Miss Shinen, why exactly did you invite me? I asked a moment after the steward had left the cabin. You hardly know me. Ona said, Molly, I know that you are a lady detective and you must be the kind of woman who likes a challenge and perhaps you would like to earn some extra money on this trip. I have a small proposition for you. It's not always easy being me. I can never be alone, never have a chance to be myself. Even now on this ship is in the middle of the ocean. People follow me like a puppy dog and I can become very tired. I'm tiring this trip home because my daughter has ordered me to slow down and rest. I would like to some peace and quiet during the voyage. You said you had a proposition for me. Yes. I want to change places with you on this voyage. Exactly. For this voyage I want to become Molly Murphy and I want you to stay in this cabin and become Ona Shinen. But that's absurd. I've thought it all about. I will announce that I'm feeling ill and I'm staying in my cabin. If anyone knocks on the door and tries to talk to you, tell them that you have a terrible sore throat. You will take my second-class cabin down on the... Yes, you say you will agree and I'll pay you straight away. She handed me $100. Then she said, let's exchange clothing and I will make my way down to Edek. And of course, feel free to use anything you would like. When you had switches closed, she left. I stood in my new cabin, still feeling shocked. There was certainly a strange thing had ever happened to me. I was about to start a new great adventure in my new role as Ona Shinen. No matter. I called, trying to sound like a famous actress with a sore throat. A pretty young woman entered the room and I smiled politely. Good morning, Miss Murphy. I'm a Rose. And Miss Shinen has just asked me to look after you and give you whatever you need. I realized that it was going to be an unusual voyage. Na podstawie In Dublin's Fair City by Rice Bowen. Pytania. From the beginning of the text, we learned that the steward went with Molly to Ona's cabin. 6.2. Ona invited Molly to her cabin because she wanted Molly to do something for her. C. 6.3. Before Molly made her decision, Ona put on Molly's clothes. When Ona left the cabin, left the cabin. She sent Rose to take care of Molly B. 6-5. Which is the best title of the story? D. An unexpected offer. Niespodziewana propozycja. Zdanie 7. Przeczytaj tekst, którego usunięto 4 zdania. Wpisz każdą literę, którą zaczyna bez pomocy zdanie. Jedno zdanie jest dodatkowe. Brian Anderson. An elderly woman was standing by her car, which was parked on the side of the road. A driver passing by saw that she had a problem, so he stopped near Mercedes and got out. This made the woman feel more comfortable and thought she didn't like talking to people she didn't know. The man smiled and introduced himself. My name is Brian Anderson. When he took a closer look at the car, he noticed that one of the tires was flat. It took him time to change. Brian smiled and said, if you really want to pay me back, this time you try to help. Later that evening, the owner of Mercedes stopped at the small cafe. She had probably spent the whole day on her feet, but she still had a smile on her face and quickly looked at the customer's order. The woman really admired the waitress, and then she remembered Brian. She finished her meal and paid with a $100 bill. There was only a piece of the paper on the table and note, someone once helped me, just like I'm helping you now. The waitress found another $400 under the note. That night, when she got home, she told her husband, everything is going to be alright, Brian Anderson. I mamy, when she had finished, the woman asked how much she owes him. Inside, the woman saw a young waitress who was tired but friendly. The woman knew that the man did not realize how much she needed it. No, to sobie dopasowujemy, bardzo proste. Uzupełnij poniżej mini dialogii, wybierz pośród podanych opcji wypełniające wypowiedzi. I wonder why they aren't here yet. C. I have no idea. Let's ask Jimmy, then he might know. C. 8.2. You did such a good job, congratulations. A. I'm glad you like it. The others are impressed too. A. 8.3. They look so similar, I don't know which one I should choose. C. Why don't you take both? Bardzo prościutkie. W zadaniach 9.1.9.4 spośród podanych wyrazów wybierz ten, który poprawnie uzupełnia luki. After reading this text, A. Go to page 27 and look at the pictures. If you want to look good in the photo, go your head a bit on the left. A bardziej C, bo to w dwóch musi pasować. W pierwszym może być go albo turn, ale w drugim, żeby pasowało, to już musi być C, turn, czyli, sorry, nie A, tylko C będzie w 9.1.9.2. Mr. Brown is getting old and he seems to be health. There we are still two. Odpowiedź B, poor. Mr. Brown is getting old and he seems to be in poor health. I really think we are still too poor to buy the car of their dreams. 9.3. Don't forget to let the cat. He's in the garden now. Did you hand your essay on time? Czyli będzie odpowiedź A, in. 9.4. If you win the competition, you will get ticket to the cinema. Jen likes spending her time cycling. Czyli odpowiedź C, free. If you win the competition, jeśli wygrasz zadanie, porównanie, you will get free tickets. Dostaniesz darmowe bilety do kina. Jen likes spending her free time cycling. Jen lubi spędzać swój wolny czas jeżdżąc na rowerze. Przeczytaj tekst. Uzupełnij lukę 10.1 do 10.3 jednym wyrazem, który by powstał spójny logiczny tekst. Underwater cabinet meeting. Some time ago there was an unusual government meeting about the problem of global warming. The Maldivian president and 11 ministers dived 3.8 meters below the sea surface. They meet at the tables underground. They were with divided instructors who worked hard to make sure that everyone was safe. The politicians were dressed in black diving suits and were wearing masks and oxygen tanks. Using white boards and hand signals to communicate, they spent half an hour on the seabed. The president hoped that the event would remind people about the dangers of climate change. Fajne. Przetłumacz na angielski fragmenty podane w nawiasach. Czy mogę użyć? Can I use your laptop for a while? 1.2. The city is worth visiting. I've never seen such beautiful buildings in my life. They're really amazing. Don't make such noise. Such many noise when the baby is sleeping. Fajne. Zdanie 12. W ubiegłym tygodniu wygrałeś konkurs fotograficzny dla młodzieży. W e-mailu do kolegi z Anglii wyjaśnij powody uczestnictwa w konkursie. Opisz, co przedstawia Twoje zwycięskie zdjęcie. Zlecono przebieg wręczenia nagród. Zachęć kolegę do udziału w konkursie fotograficznym w przyszłym roku i napisz, w jaki sposób pomożesz mu przygotować się do testu. No dobrze. I to jest chyba ostatnie zadanie, mi się wydaje, na poziomie podstawowym. Tak. I ja tu będę napisać. Musimy zacząć, czyli pierwszy akapit. Rozpoczęcie. Hi Joe. Hi Joe. I've known that we haven't met for such a long time, but I wanted to write a letter to you and tell you about a new situation in my life. Just to let you know that you will know everything what is such important for me today. Czyli tak jest wstęp. Teraz tak. Musimy zrobić następne 4 akapity, czyli łącznie to będzie drugi, trzeci, czwarty, piąty na każdy z tych punktów i ostatni 6 zakończenie. Czyli drugi akapit 2. Wyjaśnij powody uczestnictwa w tym konkursie. I've took some competition. I took some competition in photography. As you know, I love making photos, and I'm really good in that. But I want to compare and compete with other people. So I've taken just a competition to make a good photo of the wild forest. I went to a forest and I was looking for something interesting to make a photo. Then I've seen a kangaroo. A small kangaroo, and I made a photo of him. No, to już mamy dlaczego i że bardzo to lubi i mamy już podane, że właśnie tego kangura zrobił zdjęciem. I was thinking that many people can make much better photos than I, and they are not enough qualified, I don't have enough equipment, enough knowledge, and there are a lot of people better than me. But I was really surprised when I received a message, an email from an organization that I wanted the main reward. So I had to go there and receive that reward, and there was a lot of people who loves photography, and I've learned even more. I ostatni. Zachęć człowieka do udziału w konkursie fotograficznym w przyszłym roku. No, this type of competition are every year. This yearly competition, and next year maybe you will want to join it. You have 1 year to learn how to make good photos, to buy some equipment, to learn even more, to practice. We can do it together. We can meet somewhere, and then, for example, on a holiday, we will meet, and we will show what you did. I will show you what I did, and then we will make some small challenge. After that challenge, you can go into this big competition, and maybe you will win. No, coś w tym stylu można napisać, zwłaszcza, że to ma być 80 do 130 wyrazów, więc nie możemy się za bardzo rozpisywać. To nie jest poziom rozszerzony czy poziom dwujęzyczny, gdzie możemy pisać na 500 słów. To tutaj trzeba to w miarę zagęścić tą treść, żeby była same konkrety, a mało takich zdań esejowych. No i myślę, że w ten sposób bym to napisał. Moim zdaniem to jest poziom taki B1 na B2, w mojej ocenie bardzo prosty egzamin z angielskiego na poziomie podstawowym. Przy czym egzamin na poziomie rozszerzonym pewnie będzie ciekawszy, a dwujęzyczny będzie najciekawszy. Tak jak w zeszłym roku był podstawowy i rozszerzony bardzo proste, a dwujęzyczny już był taki ciekawy, taki wymagający, taki, żeby takie trudne wyzwanie było. Tak tutaj uważam, że poziom podstawowy napisze każdy, ponieważ to jest taki poziom, na którym każdy człowiek na co dzień funkcjonuje i mówi, i nie znam osób, które by miały problem z poziomem podstawowym. Myślę, że na rozszerzonym już będzie ciekawiej, ale tutaj, tak jak mówię, to jest taki poziom, że każdy, kto miał chociaż kontakt z językiem angielskim jakikolwiek, to napisze. To nie jest nie do napisania. Na rozszerzonym już mogą być takie bardziej podchwytliwe kwestie gramatyczne. No, ale i tak zachęcam wszystkich do pisania poziomu dwujęzycznego, bo naprawdę warto. I jak wiecie, język angielski jest moim ukochanym językiem, który bardzo lubię, z którym mam bliski związek uczuciowy i ten język jest istotny dla mnie, więc zachęcam, popatrzcie, podzielcie się informacjami, jak wam poszło, co wy napisaliście, jaki mieliście pomysł na ten mail w ostatnim zadaniu 12, to jest najciekawsze. Co tam wykombinowaliście, co wymyśliliście, bo to jest takie właśnie, te zadania typu właśnie wypracowanie, mail, napisz coś, charakterystyczne, coś tam, to jest takie twórcze, takie kreatywne i do tej kreatywności was zachęcam.